Well, hello there. It is a beautiful afternoon. It has been raining and kind of yucky the last almost week or so. So very glad to have a nice, beautiful sunny day to enjoy some vitamin D from the sun. So today I thought we'd work on this little project. You might recognize this little hand pump. That was actually from the little cabin that we spent the last 5 or 6 years fixing up. We had given it to Dee Dee's mom, and so she decided to make this little fountain pump out of it and gifted that to us. So it has some plastic in there. We need to figure out the liner situation on there, but other than that, I believe it's ready to go. She was kind enough to come down and keep an eye on the place while we were on vacations. We were very appreciative of that, and she left this little gift for us when she left. So we have this little half barrel that's kind of sawed down, and she's got a couple cross braces on there to mount the pump to. And I believe she took the guts out of the pipe here that the plunger would go up and down and pull water up with. So now we have a pump down the bottom. We have a hose coming up to run water out through the front here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this plastic out, and we'll see what we need to do to seal this. All right, so there are holes in the bottom of this. This must have been designed to be a flower pot originally. That's not a big deal. We'll see what we can do to seal it up.
Let me be your reminder, we will find the beats for this dream. Not too far from the heart, there's a star. Oh, have me as a reminder when it stings. When you're busy growing up, know that I'm right here. But everything is messed up, and it feels like no one cares. Turn this way.
All right, I want something that's going to be pretty durable. I have this chunk of rough sawn cedar that's not really usable, this section of it, because it has a couple big knots. So I think I'm going to lop that off, cut that in two, and then screw those over top of the holes. My hope is that cedar will be much more rot resistant being down in the bottom of that water.
Let me clear every path, my dear, we will steer you through the sonosphere. Way up high, where the rainbow sets sighs, that's where courage lies. When you're busy growing up, know that I'm right here. But everything is messed up, and it feels like no one cares. Turn this way. It doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. Ooh, you're what matters most to me. No one else comes close.
Okay. All right. Well, not going to plan. So I've gone ahead and I've attached those two boards to the bottom. I've cut two more. We're going to sandwich this from the top, and we're going to do a whole bunch of this adhesive, this silicone adhesive to seal up that hole. This says it sticks to wet surfaces, so we're going to put that to the test. It's a little damp in the bottom of that. I always save any partially used tubes. I just stick a screw or something in the end of a tube that's not, fully used. And I can't even remember when I used that, but for some project. And now we're going to finish it off today with this.
When you're busy growing up, know that I'm right
right, so I'm letting that guy dry out in the sun. And I'm looking through some stuff I got in the shop to maybe seal this thing up, because I really don't want to fill it up with water and then have it leaking everywhere on the deck. So I got a few things laying around the shop. I've got some like rubberized roof patch that I think will work great. In the bottom of that, I'll just take a putty knife and kind of spread that everywhere. And then maybe for the sides, I have it's not Flex Seal, but it's the same thing. It's an off-brand, no, it's not an off-brand. It's Rust-Oleum version of a Flex Seal rubberized coating. So I think between those things, I can get this thing sealed up pretty good, and we won't have to worry about any leaks happening. This is like the project that just won't go right. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Turn to me.
Well, first coat is done with the Flex Seal. We'll see how that does. We'll give it a little bit and then we'll do another coat. All right, it is very warm for having been so cold last week. So we have a whole bunch of this rubberized coat that we used when we were doing the retaining wall on our shop at our prior place. Now, I have some left over. Everything's dried pretty much, and I'm not necessarily happy with how well sealed the sides are. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a coat on top of everything else with this rubberized seal coat. I know I'm overdoing this, and I don't necessarily care. I just want to do this once. So we're gonna go ahead and put this extra layer on. All right, this is a sealed up, goopy mess. So we're just gonna let this dry in the nice warm sun, cure everything up.
You were the top that eclipsed the room. I was the one who arrived too soon. But no one would ever bet against us. If they saw us exchanging glances, I was too busy to fall in love. You were too busy to break my heart. Nobody else was there to stop us. Nobody else was there to warn us. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song.
All right, I am loving this tar seal we got going on here, but the bottom's still a little tacky. I went very thick on the bottom as well, so oops. All right, I was trying to get this thing done for the video for you guys, and I might have got a little overzealous with some of the tar sealant in the bottom, so it's still not to the point where I want to put water in over top of that yet. But I got to head out of town for a day, so and I want to get this video up for you guys, so you'll have to wait for the conclusion, and we'll show you on the next video the finished pump in action. So have to leave you on a cliffhanger for this week. Sorry about that, but we'll catch you guys on Sunday, and we'll show you the finished product. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
TV screen. Now we're just betting on broken dreams. Nobody's gonna come and save us. We cashed in too many empty favors, yeah. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something. Something to remind us that